Fantastic.
Hello, Catherine. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. So great to connect with you at such a vibrant and special and auspicious time.
It is definitely. Look, the last time that we connected, I do believe I was pretty sick. I was in Auckland, New Zealand, which is where you are now, I believe. And yeah, I mean, look, we've known each other for over the years, and I noticed that we've had a lot of parallels in our life. Like there's been a lot of similarities happening. So you've also been on a massive journey of reinvention. So I wanted to just do a short conversation today to share. As you know, we're coming up to the launch of the Human Reinvention Formula, and it's a very good time on a very special day. Go back to some of those conversations we had on that bed, because you know, it was quite freaky to realise just how tough we've both done it, but you know, the parallel in it. So do you want to share a little bit about, I guess, your...
Yeah, well, I think you're quite right. There's been so many synchronicities, and I've watched you on Facebook over the years, and of course we met something like 7 or 8 years ago, and then through the good old power of social media, staying connected and watching what you've gone through with the love and the loss and the changes, and even down to the fact that you lost your sibling. And I believe I lost my sibling about 3 weeks later. And then meeting you, coming along to hang out with you in Auckland at the hotel when you were going through that, your health challenge. And I just had my health challenge with having my emergency gallbladder operation. And I think what it does, Mia, is that it brings these kinds of experiences, brings us to our knees. But in the coming together that we experienced, it's almost like we were able to really see each other because of it, understand each other's pain, understand each other's grief, understand that it doesn't have to stop us, that, literally like your book says, that we can reinvent ourselves. And just seeing, I've just always admired you and really just how far you've come with what you have experienced and how brave you've been. I think that's probably a really big piece, because you've been brave enough to be vulnerable, to bring us on this journey. And I think that's something that we can all potentially learn from you, Mia, that you haven't been afraid to go, this is shit, or this hasn't worked out, or this is not who I am, or this is sad. And I really, I think, take my hat off to you for that, honey.
Thank you. Isn't it fun for me to hear those loving and caring words from you, and I could repeat the same back to you. And as I've learned your story, and the hard you've gone through, and some of the challenges that are very similar between both of our lives. The reason I've brought you on the call today to have a chat is because I admire you. So isn't that awesome?
I love it. Mirrors.
That that we can be so powerful and yet so loving. I just had an interview with a guy in LA actually, and he brought to mind one of the things which I thought we could chat about was this thing around, people think I'm very strong, okay, and they think I'm very brave, and that I don't have a lot of fear. But the truth is that I've been terrified in life. I've been the weakest I've ever been. I've been brought to my knees. I've considered life not continuing many times. The thing is, the difference is I think that we might do some of that solo. So we might go away, and I've done that often for 6 months at a time, and hide away from the world and come back as this new essence or new and expanded version. But the thing that I'm starting to see emerge, and I'm just going to talk about women for a moment, is that we go through these times, and doesn't mean we have to become hard, angry, bitter. Oh boy, I had enough reasons to be, trust me. Oh
my gosh, yes. Yeah.
That is the piece that if humanity could start to really wake up to, we're all suffering. We're all suffering.
Yes,
no one's got a perfect life. It's just different. We've all got things going on. But if we could have a greater level of kindness, a greater level of understanding of each other, and allow more of us to do the work. I mean, this is the work, okay? It's not personal development. It's not even spiritual development. Beyond all of that, it's just a formula. And I say just because it's far more.
It's far more than that.
A rope that you will follow that will allow you to continuously look to the past, honor it for what it's been, bring it forth into now, and continue to create new deliberate choices about the next stages. And I believe you've done that too. I think
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Mia, and making deliberate choices. But what I've come to see along the way is that we can only make deliberate choices if in the moment we have we allow ourselves to be in a state of present awareness. And there can be, crap that's happened in the past, uncertainty about the future. But where I've drawn strength from is in the very now moment of just being so present and so connected into this moment. And like you, I've had so many experiences where the wheels have fallen off. And that's been my guiding principle, is the gratitude of that moment. And then with it, coupled with it, an acceptance of what is, and seeing the chaos or the uncertainty, and rather than hating on it or wishing it was different, just being really calm and conscious in the awareness of, well, if this is what it is, then how can I see it for the gift that it's giving me? And I've loved how you've done that too. We write these Facebook posts, or we talk to our friends, or we share on stages, or like you've done writing in the book, and we wouldn't be who we are without these experiences. And we know, and that's very cliche and blah blah blah, but I just really want to drive home that if it could have been any other way, it would have. And so why fight it? Because as one of my favorite authors, aside from you of course, says, Matt Kahn says that everything helps everything. And so that has been the absolute thing that has really put me into that kind of heart-opening space of acceptance. And trust me, like your life, mine's pivoted hugely. So I'm curious to know from your perspective with the book, how, what would you say has been the really strong underpinning principle that you're sharing with us in this? Because I think there's going to be so much gold in this.
Yeah, look, absolutely. I'll say it and it will sound so simple. Okay, and yes. We all know it's not. Slow down to speed up was one of the first major principles that you're going to be taught. And you might think you're slowing down. I'm talking slowing down on a cellular level. I'm talking about releasing the brain, the mind to control things. I'm talking about allowing emotions to come through, but being able to watch them and observe them as they come, where they come from, how they dissipate when we honor them, not fight them. I'm talking about being in a society that's just rushing around like crazy people, when really we don't need to be doing half of that. I mean, how is it, and this is no bragging in this, and this has got nothing to do with money, okay, this is a really important concept. How is it that for the last 15 years I have lived in multiple countries, I've had businesses, I've lost them, I've had people die, I've lost my health for months at a time, mainly energetic burnout, as I've started to learn to open to work with my own energy force. How is it that I've done that? And when we live in a society that says we have to work Monday to Friday, we have to earn this much money, we need to pay this many bills, we're just missing the whole point. And if you slow down, or if you're forced to slow down enough, and it's going to happen to most of us. It's just the way. It's called being human.
It's true.
Then and we're really prepared to go there. Because I've said that I've gone there many times, but I've never really gone there like that. Last year, I've gone so into the stillness of the moment before the next breath, you know. And in there is stuff that I never knew was there.
And you had to get that to that point in life to be able, for the messages to be able to come, right?
Yeah.
And so, how was it that you wrote the book? Did you write it in your moments of despair, or did you write it in your moments of heightened, you know, connection to spirit, or how did it come through you?
Yeah, it's moving to share, because I wrote it when I hit one of those dark moments in August last year. I wrote it when my energy system was completely screwed. All the well-earned money I just made was going down the toilet a million miles an hour, paying for natural health products that the system wouldn't cover, despite my expenses. I just felt like I'd finally got on my feet, and then again I was being emptied out. And I remember sitting at my place here, beautiful place here up in Queensland, and overlooking the ocean, and I had a dark thought. And the dark thought was, what would happen if I just walked into that ocean today? And I kept walking. And it was pretty scary thought. I've had a few of those thoughts over the years. You don't tell doctors and stuff that, because they would call that a mental illness. I don't have a mental illness. I'm being human. I'm being so authentically human. And by the way, the more that I open these discussions up, the more that my peers are saying that they've been to those points too. We've all had moments. So in that moment, I had a choice to follow the dark path or the light path. The light path said loud and clear, you need to write this. The writing of this book is going to be the healing pathway for you to go to the next level of reinvention, and it is the sole reason you are here for the next 5 to 10 years of your life.
Wow.
These books. So I downloaded this in about 3 weeks. I had to be very careful at the time. My energy force was really all over the place. It was throwing me out my biochemistry. So I'd write for like 10 hours straight, and then I'd sleep for 2 days. And came through, I sent it to an editor. It hardly got edited, hardly got touched. And so I believe it came through me rather than from me, other than my personal story, which I've shared. So it's been as much of a formula to get me through to the next level as it will be for everyone else that reads it. And there's a purity that I've never experienced in my writing before. So I'm excited to share it.
Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. And so once we've got it in our hot little hands, what's the first thing you want us to do with it? I mean, aside from read it. Is it a kind of book where you open it up and you ask a question, or should we start at the beginning and go to the end? What are your thoughts?
It's a book that you're going to start from the beginning and go to the end. But it is in digestible chunks so that you can do it, because most people will say they're too busy. I don't do busy, but no, a lot of people.
Nice.
The people that are going to read this book will not use busyness as an excuse. I'm being playful.
Wonderful.
They will, you'll read it from start to end. The first part's really the context of getting that story clear. So you and I can relate to each other. So you can hear my voice, you can hear the messages. It's human. And then we move towards the end of the book to being quite practical, a nice clear structure, so that you actually have a formula to follow. It will cover every area of your life and give you the activities you need to completely review, reinvent, and rise forth to the next level. So this exciting book is actually in my hot little hands. Actually coming out this Sunday. So Sunday the 12th of January, a very auspicious day, as you know, 6 p.m. Standard Time Australia, or 7 p.m. Sydney, Melbourne. Over there in New Zealand, I believe it will be 9 p.m. that it will be coming out on Sunday night. It is going global. I have teams all around the world who have just appeared like, honestly, for the amount of underground time I've done in the last 2 years, the amount of people that have come forward. The best way to access this book is actually to register with the link below, and actually for the live event, because that way you'll get all the updates. When we go live, then the book will be available at a special Amazon price of absolute steal to get it into the hands. My mission is to get it into hands with as many people as possible. Just to be really clear, this isn't about me becoming an author. I've already been an author before and a speaker. This is about getting a message to humanity. It needs to get into as many hands as possible. And 100% profits of this book is going to Miyako, my social enterprise that has the online education for startup social entrepreneurs. So I'm giving this
Oh, wow.
into my hands. I have no problem with receiving money, but I do that in other ways. This book is solely a project that I'm doing to help humanity at a time when we need as much help as we can. So
and I love that you've finished with that point, because what are we truly here for? And that is that we are here in service to humanity. And if your service methodology right now is this book, then we're honoured to serve you to get the message out there as much as possible. So well done, Mia.
Thank you so much, and thanks for your time, and until we have a catch up again in Auckland face to face.
Wonderful.
Much love. I completely respect you.
Yeah. Thank you, darling.
And as a leader, and look forward to connecting soon. Okay.
Thank you. Bye.